Okay.
And that's how we met. And didn't know Bill had a musical tone in his body. Didn't know he could sing, didn't know he could play the drums, didn't know he was talented as he is. It blew my mind.
Right.
You know, we always talking about football and our sons going to college and all this, just raising kids.
Right.
And then I started off I was a concert promoter in Atlanta. I did all the shows with Young Jeezy, Gucci Man, D-Furl back in the day, before they was even famous. You know, making big money, $60,000 a show off of them. And they wasn't even on BET or nothing yet.
Really?
That's how much Atlanta supported them artists back in the day. Worked with a couple more artists and ran into Bill, and I told Bill about my artists. Bill built the studio in his crib for my artists. That's where we hung out at Bill's crib, even before Nutbush got there. And that's our story. That's my story in the music industry. That's how
I said something that's really interesting. You said you was a promoter, and I recognize those names, the Young Jeezys. And, I mean, they blow up. What's the difference in the talent of the artists then to the artists coming up now, like Nutbush?
Music was totally different back then.
Meaning,
you say?
Yeah.
And it was easier for people. We was talking about that earlier today. It was easier for people to get in back then.
I think back then there were a lot more just straight loops, and there was not as much musicianship. When I mean actually playing the music, they were, you know, and that's a big misconception nowadays as well. Is what's the difference between a producer and a beat maker? You know,
what's the difference?
Beat makers, they use the machines. The machines will have the sounds on it, or it might have the chord, or whatever the case, and they just push it. It's the easy, it's the new thing, it's what it is. I'm not saying they're not talented, don't get me wrong.
Right.
Because to put it together, they have to have an ear, they have to have a talent.
Yeah.
But we are musicians. We actually play.
Live.
We play live. We play the keyboard. We play the bass. We play the
drums. Is there a demand for the old school and rap mix?
Yes.
It is.
There is.
But is it a demand? Is the demand for it centralized? Because we clearly know Atlanta is not what is Indianapolis? We the 15th largest city?
15, 16, something like that.
Yeah. So we know Atlanta isn't Indianapolis. We know that Miami, the Rick Ross area isn't, you know, where's the margin at for the cities that are looking, that actually are going, wow, we're adding musical instruments into our raps?
I'll say this, that the majority of these guys, it's easier for them because most of them are doing it in their bedroom. They're doing it at their spots.
Look, somebody wanted to go perform.
Yeah. You know, so it's easy for me to be by myself and do those electronic things.
Yeah.
You don't have that talent if you don't have that talent to do it yourself. And you can just keep putting down music or lay down ideas. So yeah, there's a market for it. It's there, but the question is, what do you do with it? Once you finish your so-called project, what's next? You gotta distribute it. You gotta promote it. You gotta get out there. You gotta push it. You gotta do. You know what's next. So that's why I say it's a little different. But to try to find more musicians is tougher because all of that is this new the kids. The new kids. Everything is digital. Everything is social media. Everything is on their phone.
Is it easier now for? I'm gonna ask you this question. Is it easier now for an artist with the technology to become successful versus when you was doing it? That's for you.
Me personally, I think it's easier to have your stuff out there. It's easier because of this internet and everything, and just streaming world. It's easier for anybody to just put something out there. Whether it's easier to become successful, regardless, you still got to put the work in, and I think you having the talent and it actually being a gift, a skill, people are still going to hear the difference of somebody that's seasoned from somebody who has learned how to copy and paste or whatever. It's like you still going to hear the difference.